Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing part 2 of my ranking individual group dance costumes. And, sorry, an angle. I forgot to mention this in part 1, but I'm not going to be ranking the costumes where they all just had different colors but the exact same costume, because that would basically just be me telling you my favorite colors in order. So it's only like if they had completely different costumes. So, anyways, we left off at Amber Alert, which was the last episode of season 4. So, starting at season 5, first episode is Freak Show. In last place is Nia. I didn't really like the fake, like, muscle lines that she had. I know she was supposed to be portraying a strong woman, or strong man, whatever. But I still just didn't really think her costume looked that good on her. Next I have Kalani. I really hated the beard. I know that that was her character again, but it just, like, it didn't look natural on her. And I know that there are, like, women who have beards or whatever, but I don't know, it just didn't really fit. Second is Kenzie's. I really liked hers. I think it looked cool. And then first is Kendall and Maddie, because they have the same costume. But also with that dance, I feel that she shouldn't have done, like, conjoined twins or Siamese twins. That's a little bit controversial, but conjoined twins, we'll just say. And, yeah, because, like, that already took up 2 people, and you only have 5 people in a dance. Like, there were many other roles that they could have played, so I don't know. But I liked their costumes, they were nice. Alright, up next is Stomp the Yard, so the very next episode. In 5th place is Kendall. I really didn't like that her pants were like one short leg and one long leg. It just looked really weird. It looked like when you have those zip-off pants and you just forgot to zip off the other leg. Next is Kalani. I really didn't like her wig. I know that was the character that she was portraying, but I just feel like on Dance Moms, all the wigs are terrible. Like, every single one. I don't think I can think of a single dance where they have wigs where I'm like, you know what? That was a good wig. No. None of them. Like, she could have had a good wig that also looked like her character, and I would have liked it so much better. But the wig is just so cheap. Next is Kenzie. Again, I hated the wig, but her costume was cuter than Kalani's in my opinion. Next is Nia. I really liked her skirt. And then first is Maddie. I liked her hair and her top. I thought they were cute. I'm not going to be ranking Something to Believe in, even though that's the next one, because that's basically just, like, me explaining what religions I think are best or worst or blah blah blah. So we're not doing that. Up next is Moulin Rouge. In 4th is Kenzie. I didn't like that she had no wig. I understand why she didn't, was because she was also in the, I can't remember the name of it, but the moms called it the Sad Clown Dance. So I understand why she didn't have a wig, but obviously it just made her stand out, and it just didn't match the theme of the dance, but I understand why she didn't have one. Next is JoJo. Her wig looked crazy. Like, her wig might be one of the cheapest quality wigs ever. They might have just, like, sewn that together with some stray pieces of hair from a barber shop or something. Like, I don't even know. It was just terrible. Next is Nia. Hers looked good. It was fine. And then Kendall's, I really liked her color combo. And her wig, not that it's, like, great, but her wig might be one of the better wigs on Dance Moms. Not great, but better. So next up is Tell Me What You Want. So they were portraying the Spice Girls, so I guess I'm also just going to be ranking the Spice Girls outfits for you. And last is Nia. I really don't like animal print, in case you forgot from part 1. Animal print, not my vibe. Next is Kenzie. Her wig looked bad. Again, all the wigs on Dance Moms. Kalani is next. She was just kind of meh. Like, it was fine. It was just like a white top and blue pants and then a bandana. Next is JoJo's. Her color made her stand out. And then Kendall's, I thought hers looked sleek and cool, but none of them were really, like, over the top or exciting or anything, so. Next we have the waiting room, so end of season 5. And last I have Nia, because she's literally just wearing scrubs. There's nothing really exciting about it. They put some blood on it. And I feel like... I don't remember because I haven't watched season 5 in a while. I usually only watch like seasons 1 through 4. But I have like watched all of the show. I feel like Abby was probably trying to make it like, oh, Nia accidentally killed somebody in a surgery. Because she really didn't like Nia in that season. Like, I mean, I don't think she ever really liked her that much, but like specifically in that season, it was just bad. So I feel like that was probably intentional. I don't know though. Next is JoJo. I don't really like that she was wearing a bra and a hoodie. Like, it just didn't really vibe together. Next is Kendall. I liked her top. Like, these were all pretty simple outfits because they're just supposed to be depicting like people at a hospital, so they're not going to be wearing like a prom gown or anything like that. Next is Kalani. Hers looked cute, but it was kind of grandma-like. Again, I don't know if that was the vibe, if that's what it was supposed to be, but she looked cute, but it kind of also looks like something my grandma would wear, which is fine. I mean, whatever. Maddie is next. She looked cute. It was just plain blue dress. And then Kenzie, I feel like she had the same dress as Maddie, or if not the exact same, like very similar, but I liked her little pigtails. Up next is Straight Outta Pittsburgh. Last is Nia. I really didn't like her yellow shoes. I also didn't like her outfit, but she basically wears the same outfit as Kalani, but just like reverse the colors. But she had on yellow shoes and Kalani didn't, so that's why Kalani is one above. Next is Kendall. Hers looked good. And then JoJo is one above her because same thing as Nia and Kalani. They both had the same color scheme, but I liked JoJo's color scheme more. And then in first place is Bryn and Kenzie. I think they both looked cute. I liked the little bandana accent on their head. Up next is Bittersweet Charity. So that's the red dance where they're all dancing on the ballet bar. Kenzie's, again, wig looked really bad, and I also didn't really like her dress. It just kind of was boring. Nia, wig also looked bad, but I liked her dress better. Kendall looked fine. I just liked other people's more. JoJo, same as Kendall, but I liked her hair more. Maddie looked good, and Bryn also looked good, but I liked her hair more than Maddie's. Next is Ease on Down the Boulevard, so where they're pretending to be like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. So, and last we have Kenzie. I know she was portraying Toto, so she was a dog, but still, I didn't really, like, I couldn't tell that her costume was a dog, unless I already knew. Like, it wasn't like she didn't look like a dog. And then same with Nia, again, she was supposed to be a lion. I understand that, but she didn't really look like a lion. Next is Kendall. Her shirt was just way too bright. Like, my goodness, it was so neon, it almost blinded me. Like, I understand that she was supposed to be Elphaba, but I'm pretty sure she wears, like, a darker green. I could be wrong, because I'm not, like, the biggest Wicked or Dorothy fan, but I'm pretty sure she wears more of darker green, so I don't really understand that. Next is Maddie. I didn't really think she looked like Dorothy. Like, obviously I knew she was, and you could tell because of the surrounding characters, but if you just saw Maddie, I don't think you would immediately be like, oh, she's playing Dorothy. Next is JoJo. I thought hers was, like, cool take on the character, because she was the Tin Man, and I thought it looked nice. Next is Bryn. I thought hers looked cute and looked like her character. And then first is Kalani, because I think hers looked the most like her character, and it was also pretty cute. Next is Wax Madonna, so this is after the Zigglers leave. So Kendall, I don't know what happened on this dance with Kendall. It's not Kendall's fault, just the costume. Her wig was really bad, and her outfit was literally just like a black dress, which I feel like Madonna has much more iconic looks that you could have pulled from. Nia also had a bad wig, but hers was better than Kendall. Bryn looked cute, JoJo looked cute, and she looked more like Madonna, because Bryn's looked cute, but I feel like most people, when you think of Madonna, maybe some people think of her country era, or cowgirl era. I guess that's what Bryn was portraying, but that's not really what I think of when I think of Madonna. And then JoJo, yeah, she looked more like Madonna, and then Kalani's was the most iconic with the bullet bra and everything. Up next is Fairest of Them All, so this is the dance where they were all like fairies. Again, I don't remember this because I haven't watched season 7 in a while. So last is Kendall. Kendall looks like the devil. Like, I don't understand why she has horns and everything, but she literally looks like the devil. I don't know if that was the intention. I don't know if she was like the villain of the dance, because if it was, then they succeeded. If it wasn't, she just looked like the devil, and I hated it. Next is Daviana. She has so much orange paint on. She kind of looks like when people dramatize being Donald Trump on the internet. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Cameron, she looked fine. Nia, same as Cameron, but I liked the blue more than Cameron had red, I believe. Kalani looked good. I just liked other people's better. Bryn looked good. And I liked Eliana's the best. I thought she looked cute and she did well in the dance. Now the next one is Notorious ALDC. And I just gotta say, you know, I was proud of Abby. I felt like she was doing a lot better with, you know, the less controversial, racially charged dances. You know, there were still some, don't get me wrong. But I feel like she was doing better, at least on the show. I don't know about off the show because I wasn't there, but at least on the show about, you know, not being racist or like portraying certain stereotypes. And then Notorious ALDC came and Cameron is wearing an afro. And I thought we had left the afro behind in Holly's purse, but I guess she uncovered it for Cameron to wear in Notorious ALDC. So that's why Cameron is in last place. I thought we were done with the afro, but you know what? It was reborn. It came alive again. Next is Bryn. Bryn looks like she should be working in a car garage. Again, don't remember if that was the intention, but I literally feel like if you handed Bryn, I don't know anything that goes in a car. I don't know, if you handed Bryn like a wrench, she could probably fix your car. At least that's what it looks like. Kendall, I didn't like the visor that she wore, but otherwise her outfit was fine. Like, it was okay. It wasn't anything special. Lily, same as Kendall's. I didn't really like her tie, but it was fine otherwise. But I guess I liked the tie a little bit more than the visor, so. Kalani's was fine. It was pretty simple. It was just like a red onesie. Ellie's is next. Hers looked good. And then Macy, same thing. Looked good. No issues. And then I liked Nia's because it had the most style. And you know for a fact that Abby put Cameron in the afro because she was like, I can't try this with Holly again. I already tried it in season 1, even though it's been like 6 years. We're not doing this again. So she put it on Cameron because Cameron was still kind of fighting for her spot. So she knew, like, okay, I have to wear this. Like, there's no other option. Which is pretty messed up in my opinion. Pretty messed up. Next is clowning around. I really didn't rank any of them. I tried, but I was like, they all just look like creepy, scary clowns. And I don't really like creepy, scary clowns. I like regular clowns. Regular clowns are fine, but creepy, scary clowns, no thank you, friend. Next is There Still Hope? So this is what was supposed to be the last group dance on Dance Moms, but as we all know, we got the second half of season 7, also season 8, Dance Moms New Era, potentially Dance Moms New Era season 2. I don't actually know. If you could tell me below if Dance Moms New Era is good. I haven't watched it yet. So yeah, let me know if you think it's good. If it's worth the time. And last is Bryn. Bryn is pretty much just wearing a bodysuit. So yeah, that's, you know, it's fine. It's cute. It's just a bodysuit. Which I feel like didn't really go along with the theme of this dance, but I saw an interview of Abby talking about how she was in like a beach town and she was assigned to go get the costumes for everyone, but nothing was open because it was like the middle of February and they were in a beach town. So I mean, I guess that makes sense if all you can find is a bodysuit, you know? It worked. It was fine. Next is Nia. Same thing as Bryn, except she just wore like a crop top and leggings, which I prefer that look over just a plain bodysuit, but again, it was just a plain thing. Next is Kalani. Hers looked cute, but it also kind of looked like a beach cover-up, which again, hearing Abby say that they were in a beach town kind of makes me feel like she had to just get a beach cover-up. I mean, it worked, it looked fine, but it wasn't like the most extravagant costume. Next is Cameron. I liked hers. Hers was fine. It was plain, or not plain, it was like simple, but it was cute. And then first is Kendall. I thought hers looked the cutest, and I liked the lace arms. Sorry. Alright, next up is Q. So that's the dance where Cameron is the lead and Lorianne Gibson choreographs. So last is Bryn. Her pattern was so much. It was so bright, way too much color. Like, I thought she was the lead because your eyes just immediately went to her with how much color there was. Then next is Cameron. The holes in her pants are way too big. Like, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand if there was a point to that, because I feel like she was portraying someone who is transgender. And I personally don't know many boys that have like gigantic holes in their pants. I've seen girls wear them, but again, if you're portraying a transgender character, I feel like you should try to look more like the role that you're portraying. Next is Kalani. Hers was a cute dress, but it was just like simple, nothing special. Same with Kendall, cute color. And then Nia's looks the most like something that I would personally wear. Like, if I had to pick an outfit out of these 5, I would pick that. So last is Contagious. So this is another group that Lorianne Gibson choreographed. So in last place we have Macy. I didn't really think that the color of the dress complemented her skin tone. I feel like her dress would have looked better on Cameron or Nia, who had a deeper skin tone, because it kind of sort of just blended in with her skin. Whereas if it had been on Cameron or Nia, it would have stood out more. Hope no one interprets that as racist. I'm really not trying to be. I'm just saying different skin tones are complemented by different colors. Same way that I don't look good in things that are red because my face is red. Anyways, whole nother tangent. Next up is Kendall's. I didn't like how hers had like a separate top and bottom section, whereas everyone else's was all cohesive. Next is Bryn. Bryn's looked cute, but it didn't match everyone else's dresses. Like, hers looked a lot more simple. Nia's looked cute. Cameron's looked nice, and it looked good on her skin tone because, again, hers was a lighter color on her skin tone, and it complemented her better. Again, please don't come after me. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just trying to say certain colors look better on certain skin tones over others. Thank you. And then first place is Kalani. I really liked the lace that she had up top, and I also liked the color. Navy blue is one of my favorite colors. So yeah, that's all for the Dance Moms costumes. Like I said, didn't rank any of the ones where they all have basically the same costume, but just different colors. If you want me to do that, it'll literally just be me saying what my favorite colors are over and over again, but I have no issue with that, so yeah, let me know. And also let me know if watching Dance Moms New Era is worth it. Maybe I could like react to it or something, I don't know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.